Dr. Katherine Alfredo. She's an assistant professor in civil and environmental engineering at the University of South Florida. Dr. Alfredo's research interests include drinking water quality and treatment, sustainable potable water provisions, U.S. and international water quality regulation, and community support of drinking water technology. Dr. Alfredo earned her PhD in civil engineering at the University of Texas. She's served multiple Fulbrights, one in Ghana in 2008 to 2009, as well as the Fulbright Nehru Postdoctoral Fellowship in India in 2016 to 2017. She was a postdoctoral researcher at Columbia University Earth Institute and a researcher at the DC Water. Join me in welcoming our moderator, Dr. Katherine Alfredo.
Thank you, Colleen. So the theme of today's session is from the National Academy of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine's Environmental Engineering Grand Challenge of creating efficient, healthy, and resilient cities. The 21st century will exert pressure on our cities, both existing and future cities, like we have not experienced before. The United Nations predicts that the world's population will reach 9.8 billion people by 2050. That's a 30% increase from today. At least 2/3 of that population, or 66% of that 2050 population, is expected to live in cities, increasing the pressures on our urban systems. The provisions of clean water, food, energy, and sanitation will become ever-increasing challenges. Today's cities already face widespread challenges. Occupying only 3% of the ice-free landmass on Earth, cities are responsible for the majority of waste and greenhouse gas emissions globally, as well as the majority of total natural resource consumption. Inequalities, urban sprawl, access to open space, quality of life are all challenges to our present-day city. As cities become more densely packed, especially in low and middle-income locations with large, densely packed informal settlements, increased human contact with domestic and wild animals in turn increases the risk of disease transfer with pandemic consequences. Before our current surreal situation with COVID-19 pandemic, the SARS epidemic affected 26 countries in 2003, spreading to over 8,000 infections. Obviously today, we would easily trade realities to have only 8,000 infections. Our current COVID-19 pandemic has over 45 million infections and over 1.1 million deaths worldwide. In the US alone, over 9 million people have been infected. But the world's cities are not only at risk for rapidly transmitting the next disease outbreak. The stability of many cities are at risk from threats of extreme events, floods, heat waves, droughts, all of which are expected to become more frequent in the near future. But there is hope. Cities offer opportunities. As infrastructure within cities age, we have the opportunity to reimagine and redesign aspects to support multiple functions. It is possible to create more equitable, efficient, healthy, and resilient cities. To create healthy cities that promote a high quality of life for all their residents, all of them, we will need to ensure a city infrastructure and design accounts for clean air, safe drinking water, efficient sanitation, affordable transportation, reliable access to power, health services, and access to nutritious food. Resilient cities will be able to endure disasters, environmental, economic, terrorist-driven, to withstand these stressors and recover. Designing for resiliency against climate-driven stressors is needed to sustain cities and support their current and future populations. To withstand the predicted population pressures, city design must be revised. The present may look grim, and the future predictions by the numbers may seem grim. But as environmental engineers, we can create a more helpful future, a more hopeful future. Ecologically conscious design, prioritizing conservation over treatment, investing in smart technologies, the future is ours to imagine. Today, we will hear talks on sustainable urban infrastructure systems, infrastructure development, research on assessing and improving indoor air and environmental quality, water quality concerns in our built environments, and exposure health risks and considerations. I'll introduce each of the presenters prior to their 5-minute mini talks. After the presentations, we will hopefully have a lively discussion regarding how we create efficient, healthy, and resilient cities now, in an immediate post-COVID world, and into the future.